Donna Michelle here, and I am back with another YouTube video. Now today's video, we have a very important life update, so let's jump right in. First things first, as always, if you're new to my channel, I'd like to thank you so much for clicking. Thank you so much for watching. On this channel, I do focus on home decor, lifestyle, beauty, relationships, and a host of other things. If that sounds interesting to you, I do hope that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. I love to have you. Okay, ladies, so where do I begin? I guess the beginning. So this is an unorthodox home update. So as you ladies know, we are in the process of building a home, and the things that we didn't tell you, or that I didn't tell you, is that we were actually planning to relocate to another city. So currently, I told you we live in the Austin, Texas area. We were actually relocating to the Houston, Texas area. So a lot of back and forth, a lot of driving and getting things together to make this move happen, right? Well, I think from the beginning, as most of you all know, this has not been an easy process. And it's not for anybody who's buying right now, because it's just so much going on. But things kind of hit ahead a few days ago, and my husband and I talked about it, and we decided we're done. We're going to pull out, and we're going to stay put. So yeah, what's going on is we have our realtor, we have our lender, we have the sales rep for the builder. It's just gotten so difficult trying to work with the three of them. Where everything spilled out was we were 100% remote, and I was gonna be able to transfer my job there because I work from home. Well, then we had to go back in the office a few months ago, and that threw a wrench in the plans, meaning not only were we moving, I had to find another job technically. My manager, of course, was like, I'll fight for you and see what we can do, and hopefully, but I couldn't live off of that. Like, I had to know that I was gonna have a job when we got there. Obviously, you need the job to get the house. So that was very stressful, on top of school and working. It just started, that alone was overwhelming. So that was kind of one of the issues. Issue number two was our team. They weren't doing what they needed to do. So our sales rep, we obviously know when you're under construction, like, anything can happen. You can have hiccups and delays, and so that's expected. But we weren't getting any thorough communication about it. So I would reach out to the sales rep like every 2 or 3 weeks. He wouldn't respond. The updated pictures that you all have seen, that's all we've ever seen. So again, we're not there, and we can't drive to Houston every weekend. It's a 3-hour drive where our house is located. So we're relying on the realtor and the sales representative to let us know, keep us updated, tell us what's delayed, because we have to also mind the fact that, okay, I need to find another job. We need to let our apartment complex know. You have to give a 60-day notice if you're moving out. So it's very stressful. And we couldn't get any information. Like, they would just, oh, hey, they're hung up on this part, hopefully end of July. Oh, hey, they're hung up on this, probably the middle of August. Oh, hey, this is not working, probably the end of August. And then the last update we heard was middle of September. Well, our lease is up October 5th. So it keeps getting pushed further and further, which we understand, maybe like a month or whatever, but a couple of months we didn't have. Our window was too tight. And so we reached out to our sales rep on Friday to see, hey, can you give us an update? It's been about 3 or 4 weeks since we've had an update. It's been well over a month since we've seen any pictures. Can you let us know what stage? They have stages like 1 through 12 or 1 through 13. 1 through 13. And he basically responded back like days later. And what was going on was Friday, that was our last day to give a 60-day notice, or else we'd receive this like large penalty. So we didn't know what to do. We were like, do we renew? Do we risk it? It just got too hectic. The other option was we could have done like a month-to-month situation, but for our apartment complex to do month-to-month, it's like $2,400 or $2,500 a month. And that's a lot of money. We would have needed that money to redo some of the things or we have a $30,000-$40,000 down payment. We could use that money for that. So it just got too stressful. And then we sat there and talked, my husband and I, Saturday, and we were just like, we're done. Like, forget it. Like, we will try again because we still really want to relocate to Houston. But this team, the lack of communication, our realtor, she's not really pushing for us. Our lender, we were told that if the interest rates come back down, we have the possibility to scale down once during this process. So let's say we've locked in at, I don't know, 5.5, and let's say the interest rates go down to 5.1. We have one time during this process to scale down to that 5.1. So we saw the interest rates had dropped quite a bit lower than the one that we locked in. So I reached out to my lender. I'm like, hey, I'm seeing that the interest rates have dropped. Like, this is great. Can we get that? Because that'll save us a few $100s a month on our mortgage. And she was basically like, well, the market is volatile right now and lenders aren't doing so well. I'm sure you know that. So we're not going to be able to adjust your rate. Like, the rate you have is just going to be the rate you have. She was basically like, the rate lock is just so that if the price or if the rates go up, you're protected, but we're not going to scale you down to the current rate. And that mixed with everything else that we've been through, it was just too much. When we first started this journey, I found our realtor online on social media, and she was a boss Black woman doing things and selling these $1 million homes. And I was like, babe, it would be so awesome to support a Black business and have someone who's there on the ground who can point us in the direction of neighborhoods and give us all the things that we need. Like, we can just lay it out to her what we're looking for and she can find what. I called her. She was like, I got you. Let's do this. She immediately sent me to somebody else, to a gentleman. He was younger and he wasn't hearing us. I don't know if y'all remember one of the first videos that I showed y'all a house that I told y'all I was in love with it, but it was too far. I actually found that house. I sent it to him via email to our realtor, and then he, the next morning, sent it to me. I guess he didn't realize I'm the one that sent it to him, and was like, oh my gosh, look what just popped up. You love this floor plan. Oh my gosh. And I was like, oh wow. And he was like, and it's way below your budget. So he was like, yeah, y'all should come out here. We can secure it. And that's when we paid the $5,000 in earnest money and all the things. And so we had already told him what neighborhoods we were looking at, how close we wanted to be to downtown, all the things. Y'all, we drove there, and the place was like desolate. And like the only thing they had there was like a Home Depot, and it was like 30-45 minutes from the city. And I'm like, what about jobs? How are we gonna get to and from work? And if I'm not working remote, like, this is gonna be terrible. So it was like a slap in the face. It's like, this is not easy for us. Like, we drove all the way down here. Clearly you weren't listening to what I'm telling you as far as areas, and he had promised me that it was a great area and it was all good. It literally was like a neighborhood that was beautiful inside a place that looked extremely sketchy. Like, everything else around the neighborhood looked extremely sketchy, and it wasn't gated. So that was like a strike against him. And then every other time I would like bring up something like, hey, I would really like to do this. Hey, what about, you know, we can flip a home. We can buy a home that has the bones that we want, and then we can backdoor and we can renovate it. Oh no, you don't want to put too much money in a house because then you're going to be outpriced in the neighborhood. And then I would say this, and he was like, nope, this home builder, you should go to this home builder. And he wouldn't give any other, he just wouldn't give any. And then finally we ended up going with the home builder that he kept suggesting, because he said that we would get a $10,000 incentive. Well, we get on and we sign, and we're like, okay, we get the incentive, right? And they were like, oh no, that's done for. Like, that, we finished that incentive a month ago, so you don't get anything. So from the beginning, it has been just, okay, we'll look over that and we'll keep moving. Okay, okay, we'll look over that, we'll keep moving. And then the house that we currently have, we also found. The realtor did not find it for us. He basically, after he took us to that house that was far out, got an attitude and was like, well, y'all can explore Houston and let me know if y'all see something y'all like. And so I was like, you know what, this is our dream. We're not gonna let anybody stop it. So we basically did the groundwork and found the house, and just praying for the best as far as the area. We know it's a nicer area, but it's not in an exact location that we want to be either. So that's what started it. And then once we realized we didn't like that house that was so far out, we ended up, they told us they would give us our earnest money back. Y'all heard that story. We didn't get that earnest money back for over a month. We finally got that money back because we had to get with the original lady that I spoke with, that gentleman's manager, or she's the owner of the company. And we had to let her know like what had happened and what was going on. And she was just like, oh my gosh, let me jump in, I'll take over, I'll get your money back, and you know, we'll move on. And so then I told her about the house that we found in Spring, which is right outside of Houston. And I asked her, I was like, do you have any other suggestions? Like, we want to be a little bit closer. We want it to be family friendly, but I like to shop. I want to be close to all things shopping. And she's like, okay, yeah, let me look and see, and I'll get back to you. She didn't get back to me, and then I followed up with her like 4 or 5 days later, and she was like, oh no, I think you got the right area. I think you got the best deal, so you're good. I was like, okay, all right. So again, we got on contract, rolled with it, and just moved on. And again, the communication just pretty much stopped after that. We've gotten 1 or 2 pictures this entire 5 or 6 months. She has a team member that's supposed to be following up with the builder weekly, and we're supposed to get weekly updates. Again, we've got maybe 2 or 3, and we're expected to move in the next 4 or 5 weeks and still don't have any updates or information or anticipation of close. Once the house is in the final stages, like that closing process begins, they start asking for financial information again and all those things, and we have no information. So my husband and I just decided maybe God doesn't want us to do this right now. Maybe it's not the right time. Just not the right time, you know, not denied, just delayed. So what we decided to do was renew our lease for a year. Doesn't mean we're gonna stay here for a year, but we decided to renew it so we have that safety net. We have this massive down payment that we've saved up. We can take that and continue to eradicate the remainder of our debt. It won't get us 100% debt free, but again, it gets us a lot closer. And then we're going to completely refresh the apartment. So be on the lookout for some videos. We're gonna do a complete apartment refresh, a primary bedroom hall, all new bedding, everything is getting redone. A closet gut, we gut the closet, got rid of all the clothes that we're not wearing. Just a few minor updates that make the house more cozy. You're gonna see a bathroom organization video. So I bought all the fun things to organize the bathroom. You're gonna see a complete kitchen overhaul. We're just going to maximize the space that we're in. We do have a beautiful apartment. We just were ready to get settled and get situated with the house, but you can't force it, right? Like if things aren't working, things aren't working. And we have to trust God. And I feel like we were just plowing through and everything was falling apart. So that's what we did. We hit the pause button and we'll see. So we'll probably get through the rest of the year, pay off some more debt, live a little, because we don't get to spend, splurge, do anything. We're too busy saving for this house. So we'll get to spend some, splurge some, live a little, buy some things. So tons of holiday decor content coming. And yeah, so that's what you can expect. We'll have clothing hauls, shoes, all of it. So I'm excited about that. He and I are super excited. It's like a weight off because this has been stressful for the last year. We've been on this journey and we just can't rush it. You know, we built a house already, so we know what it's like. We have time, you know, and we're seeing the housing prices come down. So maybe by the end of this year, maybe in the new year, we'll start a build again, or I don't know, we'll see. But we're just gonna go with the flow, which is something I've never done. Thank y'all for hearing me out. Thank y'all for going on this journey with me. Our first round with our house was nothing like this. So this is new for us, especially when you have the money or you're stable and it's not on your side. But to give our money to people who are treating us like this, it doesn't feel right. It's just way too much money. So we'll pump the brakes and there will be somebody who's willing to help us. Again, delayed, not denied. So we're still going to move forward with our plan, just not right now. That's all, ladies. Stay tuned for all the exciting things to come. Of course, our parents and family is excited because they didn't want us to move anyways. The girls, everybody's like, oh my God. Well, we'll be here and we'll wait for the right time and then we'll head back out there. But in the meantime, we can keep that 40K and pay off some other things and consider other cars. As y'all know, I had so much car trouble, so it's all brand spanking new in there now. We might trade in the car and then quickly pay it off. So things like that. There are other things that need to happen too. So stay tuned for all the exciting things. If nothing else, I will talk to you all later.